Watson just devastatingly put it, and we need to go with those headlines and explain it to people, because nobody else will, it seems. Days after the world moves away from the dollar, predictively, just like they attacked Iraq when they tried to leave the dollar, they have sent this airliner right to the war zone. It's been shot down, and within minutes, we're saying the Russians were behind it. State Department officials. And again, it's a tragedy any way you slice it, but the Russians don't have the motive, the key bono. Who benefits? I want to get David Knight's take on that and more from Paul Watson. David Knight?
Well, that's it exactly, Alex. It looks so much to me like what happened just a year ago when they were pushing for a war with Syria. They said that they immediately knew when that gas attack occurred, they immediately knew it's sarin, only Assad has sarin, therefore he did the attack, we need to go after him now. And it turned out that wasn't true. It turned out
Putin needs to come out and say, you guys pulled false flags all over the world, have a list with a big blow-up deal on a screen, and do a newscast, and it will defeat the globalist. I mean, again, people don't... Governments think the public's too ignorant for this. No, they're not too ignorant. Russia either shows all the cards or this could start World War III. Don't you agree? Shouldn't Putin just come out and just say, look, knock it off?
Absolutely.
And if they trick the Russians into shooting it down, the Russians need to come out and say that.
Well, you know, they immediately had this surface-to-air missile system, the Buk system. And as Watson pointed out, in 2001, October 2001, the Ukraine had already shot down a passenger airline. They said it was by mistake, but it was a different missile. And what they were pushing on CNN especially, they were saying, well, the rebels have this Buk missile system. They stole it from the Ukrainian government. So therefore, they're the ones who shot it down. It's like, well, if they stole it from the Ukrainian government, obviously the Ukrainian government has other ones.
But what's ridiculous is, I saw that too yesterday here around the office. They just kept saying, here's the missile, here's the missile. Yeah. Like the public's dumb. Look, it's a missile. Exactly. Look, it's what did. You see it? See it? Russians have them. It's like saying, look, here's this photo of Alex with a gun, you know, at the shooting range. He might have killed people. I mean, it's just...
That's right. And we should remember what happened last year with the sarin gas. What eventually turned out, we pointed out that previously, a few months earlier, the UN and the Russian government had done an investigation saying that the sarin gas, there was a form of homemade sarin gas that had been used by the rebels. So it wasn't something that only the Assad government had. It could have been done by either side. So it wasn't a smoking gun. And then, as that started to get coverage, the U.S. government released its own analysis, and that's when it ended it. And that's exactly what Putin should do. He should release the information.
Yeah, it turned out at what stage? Saudi Arabia.
Exactly.
And then Turkey was involved. All right, Paul Watson, we got a minute and a half left. I know you're working on a lot of big stories right now at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. What else is coming up?
Well, another major issue is the fact that within an hour of this shoot-down taking place, Ukraine came out and said, we've got bombshell evidence that implicates the Russian government. And so people were asking, okay, what have you got? You know, radar recordings, satellite imagery. Turns out they've got a YouTube video, which is this alleged separatist commander speaking with a leader of the Russian armed forces, basically admitting that they shot down the airliner. Problem is, the Ukrainians had already intercepted communications from the same people, allegedly, over a month before. So they knew that the communications were intercepted. The Russians, the separatists, made no effort to encrypt the communications. And
this is the same globalist, remember, the same globalist that had Syrian Danny. Remember him?
Yeah, but the big aspect of this is you actually download the video and look at the video encode timestamp. And this is not like Facebook pages that can be created before, renamed later. This is the actual time the video was created in the file, and it was the 16th. It was the day before the airline was even shot down.
Oh, they had it all ready and prepared.
It was all ready to roll.
Oh, well, don't question it. Only do what the New York Times says. They say it's Putin. It's all his fault, and we need nuclear war. And remember, they also told us Saddam had atomic bombs and the yellow cake from Niger. And so, of course, it was all lies, but just we're not going to question it, folks.
You are watching the best of the Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.